everybody, and welcome back to another book video. I was gonna post this at the beginning of October, but I didn't really have a whole lot to say that happened from September, other than I finished the book. And then I decided to go on a little bit of a free little library hunting tour. So I've been going around and getting new books from free little libraries. So I decided I wanted to share it with you in the flip-flop known as my TBR and also my free little library hunting. So let's get right into the video. Now I know none of you are wondering why the earth is she filming in her car, and that is because I am in front of Starbucks, because I have been wanting to film this video for a while, but haven't really been doing it. Hence the hashtag I'm lazy on my channel that I haven't had to use in a while, but now I guess I kind of have to. You can tell. So let's get into the first book. First book that I want to mention is this one here. If you remember this book from last month, I had it on my TBR and I finished it. I actually finished it in the month of September. By the way, I never really show my bookmarks, but this is the one I was using in the book. This was actually from my job at the high school. I found it on the ground. Somebody drew it and I decided to put it in my bookmark collection. Anyways, this is First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. It was published February 11th, 2005 of this year. And I have the second one of the Heartstring series on my Amazon reading list that you can pre-order. And I haven't pre-ordered it yet, but I want to. That comes out next year. This is a romance. I am starting to realize the trend after I read this book. It would have cost me $19, but I got this from a free little library in Menominee Falls. It is 3.9 stars and 420 pages. Now, I think I rated it a 4. I really enjoyed it. There was somewhat you can consider to be like intimate chapters, if you know what I mean, for all the adults that I am talking to. If you are a minor, this book is not for you yet. I'm sorry, because this is an adult romance book. I just enjoyed the chemistry that was happening, and I feel like it was so real. Like, I could imagine it happening, and I wanted to be in Lucy's position, that I think I rated it a 4. I think. But I want to keep this book. Like, this is, I think, one of the first books from a free little library that I randomly picked out that I knew nothing about, that I ended up truly loving. The next book that I have is this one right here. I think this is the last time I'm ever going to show this book. This is The Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kidd, published November 8th of 2001. So I was just barely one when it came out. It's a historical fiction. It cost $14, but I found it at a free little library in Hartford. It's rated 4.10 stars, and it's 302 pages. And let me tell you, if you have been keeping tabs on my videos, you'll know from my Goodreads account. By the way, I just realized after speaking with my brother that I have been putting the wrong tag for my Goodreads in the description, so I now understand why I have not really been getting too many friends. I will put the correct tag in there so you can come and follow me and we can do book recommendations and have fun and stuff like that. I posted that I had read this in July, but there was no review, and there's still no review. I gotta put the review on there. I read it now for September, and let me tell you, I don't know why, but I found this book rather boring. I don't know if it was because of the level or the time period. By the way, this is set in 1964, and it's about a is it about a black little girl? I think, right? I found it really boring, so my rating is probably lower than it is on Goodreads. I was like really hyped up to read this book, and I think it's because it was historical fiction that made me excited. But I think my favorite genre is actually changing for books from historical fiction to more contemporary romance, because as you're gonna notice, there's a lot of romance books in my pile, and I don't know why that is. I think it's because I read First Time Caller, and it kind of opened me up to the world of romance, and just the idea of reading love just makes me feel so good. So yeah, sorry about this one. I was trying to put these books in order of the way that I found them based on the time period, and I couldn't seem to be able to do that correctly. I realized I don't have any record that I actually got this book or any of these other books, because I never filmed them, because I go to free little libraries a lot, and I don't want to always be recording all the time, because I do have a personal life that has to do with books. And so there is maybe, I don't know if I put them in there or not, because this is before I edit this video, there might be some clips in here that I show of free little libraries that I actually didn't get anything from, and I skip a lot. So the bookmark I was actually using in that one was this one. It's got a little Bible verse on it. Love never ends, 1 Corinthians 13:8. I got it back. I got this from my formal roommate, in like a letter she sent me. So the next one, this is my current reading book, my current TBR. It's the only thing on my TBR because it's the only thing I've really had time for the month of October, and I've got pretty far in it because I'm so interested in it. And it is this book right here. This is A Happy Place by Emily Henry. If I could, I am starting to forget to take my tags out before I start hitting it, and that's because this one is currently marked where my target is in the book. So it was published April 25th, 2023. So this book's only 2 years old. It's a contemporary romance, as you can tell. It would have cost $19, but I got this from a free little library in Pewaukee. It's 3.9 stars and 388 pages. And funny enough, I want to get one of these. There's this little stamp thing on the inside that tells what library it came from. It's really hard to tell. It says like sparkly sewist, I want to say. This is Read, Love, Return from the library. So when I'm done with this, I might bring it back to the free little library that I found it in and put it back and then get a new one out of there, because they also have stickers in it, and I currently have the sticker right here that I'm using for its bookmark, which I think is so cute. Eventually, when I'm finished with the book, I can use the sticker on my phone, because I use stickers all the time on my phone. I don't know why. And then this bookmark, actually, I have no idea where I got this from, but I just found this when I was cleaning out my car here, because all my books sit down in my passenger seat where my passengers put their feet, because I've been doing this a lot. And since I am doing room changes again inside the house, I haven't wanted to bring all my books in because I don't want to be able to haul it all upstairs. But I'm currently reading this one. I'm on chapter 7. This is cute. So they have a free little pantry. It's got all the canned stuff in there. I'm not going to open it because I don't want to. Next to the free little library. And I see Beverly Lewis, of course. It doesn't look like there's any books in here that I would do. I think this is just a garbage bag. I thought maybe it would have bookmarks in it, but nope. Nothing in there for me. So here's another free library. I'm trying to guess if we're still in Akachi or if we're now in Okan. Here's what it looks like. I have a book here, actually. I bought it for me and Griffin, thinking help with our relationship, but it's not going to if I can't remember to use it, and or Griffin can't actually write. So I'm sorry if it's shaky because I'm trying to hold the book and look at the same time. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I don't know this book. Careless People. Murder, Mayhem, and the Invention of the Great Gatsby. And everybody knows I love The Great Gatsby. I would so get that book if I can't find anything else. It's very hard for me to see, and I'm sorry if it's really hard for you to see. The 1 Year Bible. What does that mean? The entire New King James Version in 365 days. Does it number it? Oh, wow. It goes by... It tells you what to read. I would do that, but I already have. Just make it up on my own. Another one. You know what? We're going to take this book right here and stick this one in my next one. I find something better. I will definitely be changing it out. I was right. I am in Okan. So here's the other one. And I just remembered I have a planner that I never used. It was in the back of my car. So it's like, oh, I get to keep that book and try for a different book. So here's this one. That looks scary. Packers, by the way. Because, why not? This looks like a kid's book. To Love and Let Go, a memoir of love, loss, and gratitude. I do like a memoir. I got Brenda Novak. Keep Me Warm at Christmas. I do wonder where my Christmas books currently are because I do need to get those out from when I can finally do that. Mexican Gothic. So I'm gonna, let's take the memoir and stick to this planner. See, this is the planner here. I'm gonna stick it in here and move on to the next one, maybe. The next book I have. Every single time that I film these, I feel like sometimes I already filmed that I got them, but it's just the opposite. So this is the book To Love and Let Go by Rachel Brothen. I hope I said that right. It was published September 17th, 2019. Oh, that's interesting. This is a memoir. By the way, if anybody wants to comment down below and tell me the difference between a memoir and a biography, please let me know. Because it says biography, but online it says memoir. And so I didn't quite understand that. It would have cost me $17, but I actually got this from a free little library in Okan. It's rated 4.3 stars and is 336 pages. And I would love for this to be, I think, maybe my next book after Happy Place, because I love reading memoirs because they're so personal. This is a story about how she was at a yoga retreat and then something happened to her and she had to undergo surgery, and when she woke up, her husband was crying and telling her that her friend had died in a car crash, And then she had to deal with the grieving of the loss of her best friend, also with the recovery of her own physical health. And on top of that, I think she just had recently got married in her story. With her engagement to the man she loves. And the blossom of her career, which is, I guess, really great. And then on top of that, after the wedding, she talks about raising a child. I'm in Sussex now. I'm going to this free little library up here. This book right here that you just saw me take out is actually from Paris, France. There's a stamp inside saying it was from a bookstore inside of Paris, France. But it's a very long book and a book that I'm not willing to read. So we're going to stick it in here, and oh my goodness, there is a lot of good options in here. Oh, I wish I had more books to be able to switch all these out. I should keep this one marked. So I'm going to stick this book in here. I really want the Red Rising because I remember that. I also know this is some people are reading it. And then these ones up here, I know. And then I think I might take this one because I just saw the YouTuber that I watch, Haley Fam, just read this book and she said it was awesome. So I think I'm going to take that one. I want to see what all the rest of these are. I'm going to have to I might have to look up a couple of these titles. I know about this one because they had a book club where they were going to read that book. So I'm going to take this one, and I think I'm going to take Red Rising too, but I'll definitely come back when I get more books to exchange them out of this free little library, because I think this one is probably the best. The next two books I got from the exact same free little library. I feel like I've come in full circle because I just found out about this book, I think, literally a year ago. Last October was the first time I had ever seen this book, and I heard people reading it because it was part of the high school's first English project for reading. And my student did not pick it because they had to have easier reading levels, but I heard some people who did read this book, and I got to hear about it, and it made me want to read it, but I was only going to read it if I could find it in a free little library. And I heard so many things. You guys probably know the book really well. It is The Red Rising by Pierce Brown. It was published January 28th, 2014, which is funny that I didn't even think about this book when I was in high school. But it probably was seen somewhere on the shelf in the library. I didn't go in the library very often when I was in high school. This is science fiction. I think if I read this book, it will be my first ever science fiction book. It would have been $18, but I found it at a free little library here in Sussex, where I currently am. It is 4.2 stars and 382 pages, and I think it has something to do with space. I'm sorry if it's not correct. My eye is burning, and I don't know why. I think it has something to do with space. This is book 1 of the Red Rising trilogy, because the trilogy is Red Rising, Golden Sun, and then Morning Star, which is on the back here. And just give me a second. Sorry, everybody. My eye was burning, and I couldn't get it to stop. I don't know what its problem is. You know, when you're in your vehicle for a while, and then you start to breathe in your vehicle, if you don't have an air freshener, then you can smell its natural odor that's in here. Mine stinks, and I don't know why, because I don't have food in my car. It just naturally stinks. So I will definitely probably be going to the store to pick up a car freshener, because I have people who are probably going to be in my vehicle this weekend. The next book that I also got, this one's going to be such a shocker. You haven't seen it yet. I've seen the little cover here. I am trying to find This one, I don't think the stamp is correct on it. Where is the tag? It's on chapter 1 because I guess I was so excited to read it that I couldn't seem to down. By the way, this is a little sticker that I had inside it. It's another Bible verse. He has made everything beautiful in his time. Ecclesiastes 3:11. Maybe I'll use that in this book. But if you've not seen this book yet, or you don't watch Haley Pham, she's a book YouTuber who is becoming an author. I have not read or ordered her book, Just Friends, yet, but I've seen a lot and I watched all her videos. And in one of her recent videos, she was reading this book. This is The Heartbreak Hotel by Ellen O. Cover. This was the September 2025, so last month's book of the month. It was published September 23rd, 2025. So like literally, I think at the time the video this comes out, it's been 3 weeks since it's been out. It is a romance. It's $18, but I found it's in a free little library in Sussex. Crazy, right? That I found this like literally a mile away from me, ready to go, and it just came out. I am having such the best luck with finding books lately that are more recently published, which is great, but also not as great because I don't have a lot of time to read books anymore. Because as you guys know, I live closer to Griffin now, so I get to hang out with him a lot more. And I also work in an elementary school, so I don't have time to read because I'm helping my students read. This is 3.9 stars and 352 pages, and I would love to read this one. I think this one also has a stamp. I don't know if this is from the correct one. It says the Neck-UT Reading Nook Little Free Little Library. I think that's the one you can look it up. See, this is, you guys have no idea how much I am dreaming like one day when I have a place of my own or just a pool. I would love to buy a free little library to have out for people, and I would put my old books that I don't want anymore inside the free little library to give to other people to be able to read. But on top of it is so then people can switch out books, so then I can look through it and have more options for reading of my own. By the way, this book is about, I think, I don't know if she was with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend broke up with her or something. I'm trying to read it, but I can't remember. They like broke up and she got to keep the house, but she didn't know how she was going to be able to afford the rent for the house. So she comes up with the plan to make it into a bed and breakfast with her landlord. And as they're going through this plan, she kind of falls in love with him. I think I've recorded this one a few times. I have an art book that maybe I could get rid of to go in here because I don't want it. I think I might have put a couple books in here before. Let's see here. I don't remember which ones it was. This one's a mess. I know which book I want. I just wanted to see if there was any other ones. This is the one I want. The Daisy Jones and the Six is going to go for my little art book that's going up here. I've also recorded this one before too. I think probably on multiple occasions I've gone to it and put books in it. It's a really weird, because it's out of old newspaper stand and it can be very messy, so soap doesn't fall. Oh, I think they cleaned it out. I think they've cleaned it out. This book is very messy, but I heard that this was a really nice book. So I think I'm going to take that one for this book here. The last two books that I have for this video, I found, was it this past weekend? Yeah, I think it's this past weekend. I went to my hometown for the weekend, and I went to a couple free little libraries to get rid of some older books that I had that I didn't want anymore, and I ended up picking up these two, which were super nice. So I've seen this one several times. If you have not heard of this book, then I don't know where you've been. This is a book called Sandwich. It is by Catherine Newman. It was published June 18th, 2024, so it's a little over a year old. It is fiction. It would have cost me $19, but I got a free little library, my hometown. It is rated 3.5 stars, 229 pages. This is a smaller read that I could consider, and it's about a lady who is with her family, like dealing with her like older aged parents and her kind of ruined children, and she spends time with them in the summer while also dealing with menopause. If you don't know what menopause is, it is something that older ladies go through in their life. Your mom probably knows, but for the minors who don't ask me because I don't know. And then the last book that I have here, I was told this is like the worst rated book ever, but by the way that I looked at it, it would be something that I'm going to read super fast when I finally get time for it. This is Daisy Jones and the Six. Yes, this is now a series, a streaming series. I don't remember where is it on HBO Max? Maybe? I don't know. It's by Taylor Jenkins Reid, published March 5th, 2019. It is historical fiction. It is $17, but I got this at a free little library in my hometown. It is rated 4.2 stars and 368 pages. And the reason a lot of people don't like it is because it is written like a script, which hence why it was made into a series so easily. And it's about a lady in the late 60s who wants to be like in a rock, like a, I think she wants to be in a band. I don't know much about the book. If I didn't mention any of the descriptions about any of these past books for certain regions, or it doesn't sound like I'm that interested, it is because when I read the books, I don't want to give too much description away beforehand, because I'm going to explain it again after I finish it with more information. So just give you my knowledge of what I know so far. Also, I love that some of these books, when you get them, and people have like actually bought them or like got them from somewhere. So when they still got like the Target sticker, the Barnes and Noble sticker, the Goodwill sticker on them, that's how I know they've been loved, or they have the stamp inside. If they do have the stamp on the inside of like from this free little library or from so-and-so's library, then most likely they will end up getting returned after I'm done reading them, so they can return to their home where they used to belong. But on my Christmas list for this year, I did ask for an embosser or a stamp of my own to put in my own books for like if I have bought them personally to be mine, so that I know where like they are from and things like that. I know that that's not necessarily how free little libraries work, but I am enjoying finding them instead of spending a heap ton of money for like the brand new things at a bookstore. Did you guys enjoy this video? I sure hope that you did. I know it was a lot of rambling, a lot of books, but that is my favorite thing now, is reading, and it has been for a year now. So that's why the channel has changed. If you like these types of videos, make sure that you give me a thumbs up and you subscribe down below so that, you know, you can watch more of me and watch all my reading videos. I think I have a playlist that I can put down below of all my TBRs from this whole past year of me reading. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss when I post next. I do take a lot of time in between videos to get things together because I am doing them month by month now. Trust me, you can't wait until December to see what I have planned. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!